Hey there, this is Anita from the Wise Women's Workplace, and I'm here to share with you insights that made the difference in my journey from administrative assistant to executive director and beyond. Over the years, I've collected lessons learned on how to become a sought-after employee, and I want you to know them too, so that you are finally valued for your real contribution at your workplace. So, let's get started. Hi, this is Anita from the Wise Women's Workplace podcast and Facebook group. Today I would like to talk about job security and why it seems so important to so many people, yet is, in my opinion, only an illusion. I grew up with the image that hard work and dedication would not only get you rewards like regular promotions and salary increases, but also the reassurance of job security. Like, if I worked hard enough and did my job perfectly, all would be fine. My employer would see how great I'm doing, how important I am to the company, and they would want me to be around forever. And I would stay, at least as long as I was happy there too. But this is quite an old-fashioned belief in today's world. The days of people working for the same organization over many years are quickly disappearing. In fact, the younger you are, the more you will change jobs over your career. According to the economic news release from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, people stay at their jobs on average about 4.5 years now. A little shorter for less experienced employees and a little more for more experienced employees. Listening to those statistics, it would seem like changing jobs every 3 to 5 years is already pretty common. Yet, I hear all the time that so many of us are clinging to jobs that we are miserable in because we believe we have a dependable and secure situation. What is so attractive about job security? What is security in a job really? Many would define it as having a job in a company that's likely to continue existing for some time and from which you're quite unlikely to be dismissed. It seems to be very high on the list of things we seek in a position. But why? Is it because we like routine? Well, most of us would likely say that's not the main attraction. Is it because that way we can plan out our career in a predictable way? Well, some might see it that way, but in my experience, most people aren't so deliberate and disciplined in their planning and execution of their career evolution. So if there's all this changing going on that I mentioned before, why are people so afraid to lose their job? It used to be that people were afraid of feeling ashamed about losing their job, but it's not so much of a social stigma anymore. These days, it's common to hear stories of people losing their job as a result of changes within a company's strategy, or because of a reorganization, or because of financial reasons. Sometimes new management wants to make their mark or comes up with some elaborate plan to quote-unquote improve things, and you're just on the unfortunate end of the formula. We see it happen all the time, and yet people are so terrified of losing their job. So, what's the thing about job security that is so enticing? Is it because it somehow makes us feel safe? Now I think I'm on to something. I've noticed in speaking with people that somehow losing a job can be seen as life-threatening. Okay, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but it seems to come down to the money for many people, to their financial situation, to the fear of being left without a reasonable or maybe just comfortable level of income. And that is a serious concern. It impacts your life and quality of living for you and for your loved ones. But I speak to so many people who tell me that they hate the job they're in, but they're afraid of seeking out another. They prefer the job security. But I would argue that in this day and age, no job is really secure. Let's look at it from these two perspectives, your company and you. The first consideration is about your company. You have absolutely no guarantees that your job, company, or even the market that you're in are going to be there over the long run. If this is true, there is no security by definition. There may be reasonable probabilities, but there is no guarantee. But quite frankly, have you experienced anything that has stayed strong over many years? It can happen, but it's less and less common, and your job performance has no real influence in this case. And even when things are going really well, business has become so impersonal. It's all about what's in the best interest of the company and about the company meeting the set objectives. If your job needs to be eliminated because that is what makes the most sense for the organization, then it will necessarily be eliminated. And either you understand that approach because you apply the same rationale to your own situation, as in you should do what's in your own best interest too, or your loyalty for the company is so strong that you actually put the interests of the company before your own and believe that if your position needs to be eliminated because it's in the best interest of the company, then you will agree and you will know it's just time for you to move on. It's not personal, it's a business decision. Okay, the second consideration is you. Today, you have options in front of you like never before. That isn't to say that changing jobs is easy, but there has probably never been such a crossover in skill sets across fields as today, or the number of entrepreneurs popping up like never before. So you may have noticed that there is diminishing loyalty from the employee to the company as well. Things can change so quickly, both with the company's outlook and with your own. People may anticipate changes in the company and look for another job before being let go, or may decide it's time to move on for other reasons, which aren't always negative. Many people feel the need to change jobs to increase their salary, improve their skill set, gain new experience, or simply to remain motivated. Given the choice, most people would jump at the chance for a better job with better pay or better conditions. It's just that most people are afraid of taking that step because there are no guarantees. And so many unhappy employees don't even seriously consider these alternatives. Job security is an illusion. It's a nice idea, but it just doesn't really exist anymore, in my opinion. I get it. We all want to feel safe. We want the comfort of routine to some extent. But I would argue things can change at any time. And if we are completely blindsided by an unexpected change in the work situation, it will be that much harder to deal with. And just know, delving into the possibilities of other options doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't mean you have to change your job tomorrow. But thinking about your situation will give you increased clarity and can make you feel so much better because you can be more deliberate in your career steps. So, here is what I would like to leave you with. If you believe job security is worth your daily unhappiness and how that can impact your life, please consider if job security is a reality or just wishful thinking. Know that your company is just a company and is meant to perform at its peak. The company's objectives may change, and that may lead to an unexpected change in your own situation. And as an employee, you may soon want to improve your situation if you don't want to do so already. So I suggest to be mindful. Give your career and your aspirations your attention. I've said it before, you are your biggest asset. Make sure to take care of you. You could consider it your job to do so. That's it for today's show, but if you like what you're hearing, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast or sign up directly on my website, AnitaBelitz.com. That's AnitaBelitz.com to receive automatic notification when a new episode comes out, or to submit a question or suggestion for a topic that you want to hear about. I'll include the link in the description for you in case you want to check that out. I love sharing these tips on how to become a sought-after employee and to hear how it's making a difference in your lives. So thank you so much for listening. There are many more helpful tips on the way. Until next time, take care of yourself and be wise.